Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. We have another live here with design bundles. Today, we are putting to the test the new Siser Puff HTV. So we're going to test it out. Now, Puff obviously is not new, but Siser finally made some, and they have tons of colors to choose from. So I've got a couple Christmas colors here, and we are going to test it out. So as you guys are joining in, you guys let me know, where are you guys crafting from today? How's the weather? And are you guys getting ready for Thanksgiving or Christmas or both? Just let me know. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so step one, let's go ahead and announce our very first giveaway. So we're going to be giving some stuff away. So make sure if you guys are just now tuning in, you guys stay all the way to the end because you don't want to miss a thing. So for our very first giveaway, we're going to do 15 plus credits. All you have to do is use hashtag t-shirt down below. So hashtag t-shirt is going to get you a chance to win 15 plus credits. Now, for our plus credits, you do not have to be a plus member. If you are a plus member, it's just going to add on to those plus credits. And then if you're not a plus member, don't worry about it. You can still use those, which is great. It's going to give you a chance to play around with our plus credits and get access to those. So I'm super duper excited about it. Hello from Michigan. It is freezing. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello, Rita. Thank you so much for tuning in. I see Florida, San Francisco. Hello, 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 Illinois. I am just loving this cooler weather. Today, I actually wore a short sleeve because it's just a little bit cold when you go outside, but it was just that perfect prime. So I was pretty excited about it. So I just went out in the t-shirt, but I've been wearing a sweater, to be honest. I've been pulling out those sweatshirts. I love sweatshirts. All right, so as you guys are coming in, I'm going to go ahead and pull open this screen right here. We're going to start talking about the bundle that I'm using today. So for this bundle here, I'm going to go ahead and make my screen bigger so I won't be able to see anything for just a second. But for this bundle, this is the T-shirt lovers bundle. It is $19 and it has over $218 in value. And you guys know that I love making T-shirts. It's one of my favorite crafts to make. And this is going to be perfect for your Cricuts, your sublimation printers, all of the things. You can accomplish so much with this bundle here. And we've got you covered from sarcastic stuff, Christmas stuff. So this has even got this really fun crafting bundle right here. Now, the one that we're going to be using, I'm going to zoom you guys into here. We're going to be using this one right here. And I thought it's so cute. We're actually going to use this one where it says Gangsta Wrapper, which I'm going to let you guys choose what color I'm doing here in just a minute. But get your jingle on. It's the most wonderful time of year. I think these are going to be perfect for your sweatshirt, especially even doing like the tie-dye. You could do like that red tie-dye and then put it on there with the black HTV would be so cute as well. So many different options, as well as even screen printing. You can do some DIY screen print with this stuff here. But I wanted to show you guys this one up here. We're all crafters here, so I knew we would all appreciate this crafting bundle. Sorry, I can't. I'm busy crafting. This is my crafting shirt. There is a lot of really cute ones in here. Even this one, I'd rather be crafting with a little cutter. So cute. Now, even outside of these, you can throw these guys on, coffee mugs, signs. So don't even think that you have to just make t-shirts with these, but it's just the perfect bundle to go along with it. We even have these really fun bleach effects. So whenever you cut these out, which you guys have seen me do it before in cardstock, so you can use cardstock. If you guys want to make reusable stencils, you could definitely use something like acetate to create these stencils where you can bleach them. You can do paint. I did paint with mine with the screen print method. So lots and lots of different options with those. They're so cute. Scrolling right along, like I said, we've got some funny stuff here. We've got some really cute girls trips, girl stuff there. This one's really cute for even babies, onesies and all of that stuff. These little foxes are so adorable. Love it. We've got some faith stuff. And then these really cute ones. I actually did this. If you guys are not following us over on Instagram and TikTok, definitely make sure you guys check it out because we did a really cute youth kids t-shirt with this one using, it is, I'm trying to think of what Siser calls it. It is their, it's a really shiny, I can't think of what it's called. If somebody can think of it, put it in the comments below. But it's their really pretty shiny vinyl. It's not holographic, but that's what I did the red in, and it was gorgeous and made that cute little pocket. So like I said, make sure y'all are following us over there. We did use this bundle too to create that DIY screen printing. And like I said, it's just totally loaded. I wanted to show you guys these ones too. These super cute coloring t-shirts that are perfect for the kids. So if you guys are looking for a last minute gift for, you know, a little kiddo, these would be great to cut out with that HTV. You could sublimate these and then get the markers that are made for like heat, where you could wash them, if you will, wash the markers that are made for the t-shirts, if you will. So the kids could color these in. It's just a great little gift as well if you're looking for something for that young one. But like I said, it is loaded. You can see it. One last one I want to show you is this one. I love these. These designs are just so stinking cute. I absolutely love this Holly Jolly right here, and then the Merry Merry Christmas. So it includes so many good ones. So definitely make sure you guys check out the t-shirt levers bundle. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop this down. I'm gonna get ready to swap my screens here. All right, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that one. I'm going to start to share my Cricut. I'm not going to take you guys to Cricut Design Space just yet. I could see those hashtag t-shirts. All right, let me see. Let me share this just so we can have it ready to go. I've already got it ready in Design Space. And then I'm just going to go over my supplies. I almost messed up here. Bear with me just a second, guys. All right, let's see if I can get my screen. There we go. All right, so before I actually go over to Cricut Design Space, you guys let me know in the comments below as well if you guys have already purchased this bundle, if it is a bundle that you guys have your eye on, maybe it's on your wish list. Keep in mind, this is a question I get all of the time. Do you have to be a Plus member to purchase these bundles at that price? And you do not. Anyone can purchase these bundles. The thing with these bundles are they are time sensitive, so they expire in a certain amount of time. So once they're gone, they're back at full price, and we never bring those back at that price. So definitely keep that in mind. So we're going to go ahead and go over the supplies that I'm using today. Like I said, I'm using Siser Puff HTV. So Siser finally came out. I've been waiting for so long for them to create their own. Like I said, there has been several different brands on the market, and I feel like each one works differently. So I made sure that I'm going to go by Siser's directions, so that way we can make sure we can get the best out of these. And like I said, there is so many colors to choose from. But what I did was I got a red, I got a green, and a black. So let's go ahead and do our very first giveaway, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to ask you guys and let y'all do some choosing here on these colors. So let's see here. If we are ready, we're going to go ahead and hit that draw button. Good luck to everybody. This is for that 15 plus credits. So like I said, make sure y'all guys are hanging around, sticking around. We got more giveaways to go. Here we go. Congratulations, Kathy McKnight. Thank you so much for watching us here on YouTube. So Kathy, let us know if you are already a Plus member. Maybe this is going to add, or if you actually get to play around and test out those Plus credits. So all you have to do is reach out to mel@designbundles.net. Let them know that you are the lucky winner of those Plus credits, and they will add them to your account as soon as possible. All right, so here we go. So we are going to get ready. If you guys are ready for that next giveaway, let me see. Let's do turkeys. So it's Thanksgiving time. I want to make sure we are giving some Thanksgiving time. I feel like we've just kind of skipped over it because we all love Christmas. So let me see those maple leaves down below. Let me see those little fall emojis and those little turkeys down below. If I see enough of those, we'll get ready to do the next one. So in the meantime, I'm going to continue to talk about my materials. I've got the Siser Puff HTV. I'm using a sweatshirt here today. I'm going to do this on a white t-shirt. I wanted to make sure y'all could really see that good enough. But like I was talking about, if you use that RIT tie-dye, that red, and then really do this, or a green, it would be so, so cute. I'm using my Cricut Explorer 3 for this. Obviously, you can use your Cricut Explorer, way back in the day Explorer. You can use your silhouettes in any sort of die cutting machine. But I'm using my Silhouette 3. I'm going to use my green mat. This is a fresh, brand new green mat. But when it comes to using things like this, just like glitter HTV, sometimes it's hard to stick on the mat. So we're going to use some tape. You can use painter's tape. I've just got some purple tape here, my weeding tools, and some heat tape. And then today we're using the handy dandy big heat press. So this is the Stahl's A to Z. I get questions on it all of the time. And this is the Stahl A to Z 15 by 15. I absolutely love it. It is a swing away. So you guys may notice that my sewing machine is out of the way right now, so I can actually swing it. So we're using this guy today. We have it at 280 degrees for between 8 to 10 seconds. All right, so I see those emojis. So here we go. This is one of my favorite giveaways, especially if you guys did not know, just a little reminder, it is our time of the year, starting Friday, November the 25th, is our ultimate dollar event. All right. So you guys do not want to miss it. You can grab those bundles and designs for $1. There's only going to be 500 copies of each. Unless you guys are a Plus member, you have unlimited access to those. But for this next giveaway, I'm going to give away $15 store credit, which means you can spend that during that ultimate event and get $15 worth of product for free. So if you guys want to be a part of that, all you have to do is use hashtag HTV. So HTV in the comments below for a chance to win the $15 store credit. Now, if you don't want to use it during the dollar event, you definitely don't have to. You can save it. You can use it wherever you want. You can use it to buy this bundle and get it for $4 after. So definitely make sure you guys check that out. So hashtag HTV for a chance to win. So I'm super pumped about this. And y'all let me know down below as well who is excited and pumped for the ultimate dollar event. It's going to run from November 25th all the way through November 30th. So y'all don't want to miss it. Also, we will be live this Friday. So make sure you guys check that out as well. I think we have a link to that video so you guys can definitely have access. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's open up Cricut Design Space while you guys are using those hashtag HTVs. So for Cricut Design Space, this is the design that I'm using today. So this is where I'm going to ask you guys the question. So if you notice with this design, we have layers, right? So we have the 2 trees, the present, and then gangster wrapper. So here is your options. Option A, we're going to do it all in red. Option B, we're going to do it all in green. Option C, we're going to do it all in black. Or option D, we're going to do multicolor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these. I'm going to do the gangster wrapper in black. I'm going to do the trees in green. And I'm going to do the present in red. So A, B, C, or D. And I can't even remember the colors. I think A was red, B was green, C was black, and then D is multi. So y'all guys go ahead and vote here for just a minute. Let me know what you guys want to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this. So if I'm going to keep it all one color, I'm going to weld it. So let me go ahead and see what we got going on. I see multi-colors. Now, the one thing about this multi, which we're going to talk about in a second, because I think that's the way we're going, you have one press to do this, especially since I'm using all puff. So I'm going to have to combine them all and press it all at one time. I'm seeing multi. I think that's where we're going. We're going multi. Okay. I think you guys have voted. I think it's over with. All right, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to hit that unlock button. We want to make sure these are individual. And so now I'm going to go ahead and I can actually select both trees at the same time. We're going to change those to green. We're going to do our present in red, and then we're going to do the gang. So I'm going to go ahead and select these two. And I'm actually going to attach those because I don't want them to cut separate, because if I didn't attach them on the map, they may try to separate, and I don't want to do that since we ungrouped everything. So this is just going to give us a variety and let us see 3 different colors in action. And so we're going to actually be able to piece something like this together. So now let's go ahead and size it out. So let's go and do that. Let's go and drop the screen for just a second. And I'm going to go ahead and bring us down here so we can figure out how big we want to do this, because I wanted to do it quite large. So I kind of want to do these almost by the 12 by 12, as big as I can actually cut them with a Cricut. So we're going to get our sweatshirt here. Let me get that out there. And let me find my handy dandy measuring tape here, our cute little bear. This is something I get questions on all the time too. I found this at Cracker Barrel, but you could definitely find them on Amazon too, like different characters and stuff. But Cracker Barrel is where I got this little guy. Okay, so I'm thinking if we did, maybe that would be kind of big if I did. I'm trying to think. I'm like, should I do? I'm thinking 10 inches is probably good enough. 10 by 10, somewhere around there. Is this 10 inches? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go by 10 inches, all right? So now what we're going to do, I can go ahead and bring us back up here, and we can head back to Cricut Design Space, right? So I think I accidentally deleted whenever it would touch my keyboard here. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to make sure I select everything, and then I'm doing 10 inches wide is where it's at. So it's showing me 10.4 high, and I'm okay with that. So we are ready to cut this guy out. So we're going to go ahead and hit make it. Now with the Puff HTV, it says to use everyday iron-on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to choose on the mat. We're going to hit confirm. So the very first things we want to do is mirror. So when you're working with HTV, always make sure you mirror everything. All right, perfect. So now we're going to need obviously a whole of the black, and then the red we're going to trim down as well as that green. So I'm going to trim those down and get them out of the way really quick. All right, so I'll go ahead and drop you guys back down and we'll trim these really quick. All right, here we go. So the red is going to be 6, and I'm just going to do like 6 by 6 for that. I like to use my paper trimmer for these. Absolutely perfect. Now, you guys also let me know down below, have you guys tried Puff before? Have you guys tried the new Siser Puff? Let me know what your experience was for that. All right, so we've got our red. And then also, if you guys have any questions, we'll do Q&A at the end. And so we will, if you put them in all caps, it just makes it so much easier for us to find. All right, so we're going to do 2 by 3 for this one. So we're going to do 2. I always do my shortest. So when I have 2 by 3, I do the shortest first. That way I don't waste material. And then we're going to do 3. This is going to be our super cute little trees. Perfect. There we go. And then we're going to use an entire thing of black. Perfect. All right, we're going to bring us back up here so we can get ready to go. So we are going to go ahead and start with that black layer first. And I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. So over here in Cricut Design Space, I'm just going to go ahead and choose the everyday iron on, like I said, and so we're going to load it. So getting this ready, let me go ahead and choose that now. So I'm ready. Okay, so it's ready to cut out. So here is the deal with this. This is where you may get confused whenever you're using Puff. So you guys may think we need to cut on the matte side as usual, right? No, we're going to cut on the glossy. This is actually the adhesive side, and this is actually the carrier. So whenever we work with different materials, it's always, there's something that throws us for a loop. That's Puff. So a few different things. You want to use firm pressure. You really want to use a bigger heat press. You can do it with a Cricut, but you're going to have to use a ton of force, honestly. So you really need a bigger heat press for this, and you really want to do the medium to firm pressure for a successful Puff. But like I said, so the matte side, you can always take your little weeding tool here and you can test that just to see what side is what. And so you can kind of do that just like that. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to load it. I feel like I was showing you guys and I didn't even have my camera down. But anyways, we're going to load that guy with the matte side down. Now, the thing about it is I either use my green or my purple matte. So, but honestly, it doesn't matter. You're still going to have to tape it down. I've always had this issue whenever it comes to using Puff or the glitter HTV. So what I do is I take some painter's tape, which I'm using, like I said, the purple. And I'll get me a little piece going here. And I'm actually going to tear this in half. All right. And then I'm going to kind of tape it down here and there just to kind of help keep it in place. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll drop y'all down for just a sec so y'all can see what I've got going on here. So I just got enough onto my HTV to kind of help hold it down. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this side. I really try to just do the top and the bottom because these sides need to go through the Cricut. But if you're having, issues, you can always do that as well. But I really just try to do the top and the bottom. So you should look something about like this. So now we are ready to load it. Get that t-shirt out of the way. And then we're going to load it. I'm super excited about today's project because I feel like I don't always go from start to finish going through Cricut Design Space. And as you guys can see, it's really easy with our files. You're just going to bring them inside of Cricut Design Space, size them out to what you want, maybe change that color if you need to, and then cut it out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit go. We're going to pray our HTV does not move. If the black one does, we do have a backup, and we do have plenty of that red and green with the sizing. All right, so while we do that, if we have any questions right away while this is cutting out, we could go ahead and do that. Let's see. Do you need a big heat press for the Puff vinyl, or can you use? Yes, you definitely need the bigger heat press, and that's because of that force. That force is kind of what helps with that Puff. So you really need the pressure of that. So if you do use it, you're going to really want to put as much force as you can. And then Siser is saying that you don't want to overheat this. So once we press this, I don't want to press it again. So you want to press it one time and be successful, and that's it. Because apparently if you press it again a second time, you will lose your Puff. Okay, so that's one of the things about this too. So if we went to press it, we peeled it, it started to come up, we're going to be pressing again. So that is the thing with this. All right, let's see here. Is there an HTV that you don't mirror? Well, whenever it comes to like printable HTV, you don't want to mirror something like that. Or like Siser Easy Subly, you wouldn't want to mirror those. Let's see, how is the puff different from regular HTV? So the puff is actually what you guys will see here in just a minute. It's going to puff up. So have you ever went and bought a t-shirt and it has that, like your wording here is just kind of puffed out? It almost will look like screen print ink in a sense, but it's puff HTV. It's so cool. So we're going to remove this one here. And now we're going to go ahead and load the next one. So I should be able to use the same tape again, and I'll actually be able to cut those down. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. And before I even go even further, I'm going to make sure that everything is going to weed correctly before I attempt to try to cut the other ones and waste any more material. So let's go ahead and drop her down and let's try to start weeding this. And honestly, it's kind of like one of those things where I want to cut this middle out, which I may do that in just a second. If you guys are anything like me and you want to save everything, which we're going to have to cut it out anyways. I'm just making sure. Okay, so everything is cutting. So before I get too crazy, let me show you how I'm going to save this. We're going to do it with our small ones. So when it comes to something like this, you see we have that whole middle, which we're going to have to cut it out anyways because I'm going to have to piece my president here. I like to go ahead and get that. So you may want to find your starting point, which I'm just going to get myself a little hole here. And then I'm just going to go ahead. Everybody let me know if you guys do the same thing whenever it comes to saving materials. Our materials are not cheap, right? And we want to save everything if that possible. So you guys are not alone if you do this. Yeah, because it's like it hurts my heart whenever I go to peel something and I have to waste like a whole entire center. Ugh. I hate it. Okay. And we used to, when I first started out, like say a corner over here, I would really be narrowing down like I could save a whole. I'm not going to do that today, but trust me, I would. So like this, I mean, we got a whole other thing out of this, right? So if I were to try to peel this, then I'm going to waste the whole thing. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to just double check. I'm going to weed this whole entire thing. I'm going to load my other ones. Like I said, it's always best just to test before you get too invested to make sure everything's working correctly. All right. And it looks like it was a success. And we'll finish weeding that here in just a second. All right. So let me go ahead and grab our next color, which I believe is the red one. So we're going to do the same thing. Let me get this out of the way. We're going to do the same thing with that glossy side up. So if you guys are just tuning in, when you work with the Siser Puff, the glossy side is up. The matte side is down. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our same tape. So I'm going to tear it in half. And I'm going to get this down. Just like that. And just like that. Here we go. All right. Now, once I get done cutting all of this out, we're going to do our second giveaway. So you guys make sure you guys are using that hashtag HTV for a chance to win. All right. Here we go. There we go. Also, I want to know, I'm letting this kind of go really quickly. So also I want to know for the Ultimate Dollar event, what are you guys so excited about? You guys own a small business. You're wanting to grab some designs, maybe for personal use. You guys are stocking up on some, signs or whatever. You guys let me know what you guys are most excited about snagging for this Ultimate Dollar event. So the Ultimate Dollar event is like our Black Friday. And instead of it being for just 1 hour, this is several days long, but there's only 500 copies of each. So that's where it kind of switches up just a little bit. But like I said, if you are a Plus member, you do have unlimited access to those. You can still grab it. So it's not going to be sold out for you. And it's never too late to sign up for that Plus membership. All right. So we are just cutting this guy out. All right. And let's see, do we have one more question? I have so much scrap vinyl. It drives me insane. I always save it, but I never. Same. Okay. Absolute same. And what I ended up doing one time was I have some friends and family and stuff too, that where I have to buy this stuff all of the time. This is what I actually do for a living, which I absolutely love. Is, it's expensive. So I'll donate that to friends and family as well. So for example, we had my daughter's boyfriend's sister was just now getting into using her Cricut and stuff a while back. And so I donated that to her. And it was, you know, to receive something like that is huge. So I'll do that too, because it just hurts my heart. I can't throw away the scraps. Very rarely it's like I remember to go grab the piece, right? So I'm not alone. Let's see, does it work in the dryer because it's heated again? You know, honestly, as far as I know, and like I'll have to go back and look at the settings again before I tell you that. I know they have their own wash settings, so I'll have to go back and look at what those wash settings are, because it may be like put it inside out, tumble dry on low, or something like that. All right, so we've got that green, and I believe it's ready. I'm going to load it, and we're going to cut it out. So while we're doing that, I'm going to drop us down, and we're going to weed this guy really fast. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to piece it. Because like I said, according to Siser, you don't want to repress. So it's not like we can press this 3 times. So I'm going to be able to press it all at one time. Oh, it's so, so cool. And actually, I don't know what it is, but I really love weeding it out. It's kind of a little bit thicker, but it feels on the back side. I don't even know how to explain it, but I actually really enjoy weeding it, weeding it out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and keep on. Like I said, as soon as I'm done cutting these, we're going to draw for that second, which is the $15 store credit that you guys can use on anything on designbundles.net. So you guys can buy bundles, you guys can buy designs, you can use it for the ultimate event, whatever you would like. All right, let's see here. There we go. Perfect. So there we have it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unload this one. We're going to weed our last one. Also, I haven't even asked you guys today, what are your big plans for Thanksgiving? Are you guys traveling anywhere? Are you hosting? Let me know, what are you guys cooking? What is your favorite thing? My favorite thing is stuffing and gravy. We actually make what's called like egg gravy with cream of mushroom, cream of chicken. It's a can of milk and then eggs in there on top of the stuffing. And we make our stuffing from scratch. It's so good. It's delicious. And then also the ham. Everybody was put the ham. I love the ham. And then let me know what you guys do to your ham. We put brown sugar and honey on it. Delicious. All right. So now that we have everything cut out, let's go ahead and draw that second winner really quick. I'm going to pull that open here. Let's see here. Give me just a second. I'm going to drop my trash down. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and hit that draw. There we go. Perfect. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see here. Good luck to everybody. Once again, this is for that $15 store credit. Congratulations, Tina Stewart. Thank you so much for watching us over on Facebook. You are the lucky winner of the $15 store credit. All you have to do is reach out to mail@designbundles.net. Let them know that you are the lucky winner of the $15 store credit, and they'll add it to your account as soon as possible. Good luck with that, Tina. I hope you grab some goodies for the ultimate event. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and get ready. I'm going to give you guys let's do another giveaway. And this time we are going to be using, I'm going to tell you guys, I was going to give you the hashtag first, but I'm not. I'm going to tell you what we're doing. So we are going to be giving you guys the entire bundle that I'm using today, which is the T-shirt lovers bundle, which is almost $218 in value. All you have to do is use hashtag wrapper for a chance to win. So hashtag wrapper is going to get you a chance to win the entire bundle that I'm using today. So one lucky winner, you guys don't even have to purchase this thing. You're going to have it added to your account and you can start crafting with it as soon as possible. So hashtag wrapper, which is WRAPPER, like our gangster rapper. So make sure you guys use that in the comments below. All right, so while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start piecing this thing together. All right. So we're going to do this. I'm going to get this out of the way. All right. Here we go. Perfect. So I'm going to drop y'all down below and we're going to start piecing this. I'm going to weed out my last few pieces here. And honestly, this stuff is kind of thick like glitter HTV. You really don't even need, I don't think you're going to really even need. I was trying to see if I could get a hold of it without having to have a weeding tool, but honestly, it's fine. You know, it's hard to explain. Like, I feel like it feels like rubber on the backside, but it's actually satisfying to weed. I don't even know what to tell you. You guys let me know if you guys enjoy weeding. I know a lot of us actually enjoy it, and some of us, it drives us crazy. All right. I cannot wait. And by the way, so when I get home, okay, I can't wait for my mama's tater salad. Oh my gosh. I want your mama's tater salad. I absolutely love potato salad. Love, love, love it. And see, we don't have a whole lot of people in our family that like, I'm trimming around. So what I want to do is, because this has got to go in here, I'm going to trim as close as I can so I can get this in there. So that's all I'm doing right now, just so you guys know. But yeah, whenever I go home, I always watch in the replay and read all of your guys' comments and stuff. And I try to, for the next like 2 hours or so, I try to get down there in the comment section. So you guys may see me coming in there and commenting and stuff. I love to get down there and just kind of hang out when I can. All right, let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep on going all the way around this thing as close as I can. But yeah, I can't wait to see what your guys' traditions. Let's see, I'm Canada. We had ours the second week of October. Wow. See, I learned something new every day. Like literally, I was talking to a guy last week and I didn't know that there really was a reindeer. I just thought, you know, I thought only Santa had a reindeer. I didn't realize you could actually find reindeer, you know, elsewhere. I just thought Santa had reindeers. So yes, we all learned something new. Let's see here. Congratulations, Tina. Yes, congratulations, Tina. I'm so excited for you, and I can't wait to read what you are doing with your stuff. All right, so here we go. So we are going to, now don't forget, like I said, I will be live Friday. This Friday, we're going to be live. So make sure you guys come check us out because we're going to be kicking off that Ultimate Dollar event. So if y'all want to kick it off with us, make sure y'all come hang out with us on Friday. Obviously, you know, we're going to have giveaways and stuff, so you don't want to miss it. So if you guys are wanting to snag some goodies, come hang with us. I know you guys have plans. I know Black Friday is coming up. And so it's our biggest shopping event, I think, here in the U.S., right? All right, you guys let me know if it's everywhere. Is Black Friday everywhere? We are cinnamon candies and apple jelly and ham. Yummy. Oh my gosh, cinnamon candy and apple jelly. Ugh, I am obsessed. My turkey is brining right now. Now listen, this is my turkey questions, okay? So we've had to do, so just a second, I'll show you guys, I'm piecing this in here. We bought our turkey yesterday and I've put it in the fridge, right? Because it's super frozen. Is that correct? Or should I wait? Should I have waited another day or two? Have I done that correctly? We are doing stuffing, green bean casserole, yams, mashed potatoes, gravy, dinner rolls, and pumpkin pie. I want to be at your house, Misty. I want to be at your house. Sweet potatoes, casserole, and pecans. All right, so here we go. I'm going to drop you guys down below. Y'all are making me hungry. I'm about to go cook my turkey now. So I'm going to go ahead and get my trees here. I'm going to try to get them on top of here. Just like that. And so whenever I go to do the present, I'm actually going to set it on the t-shirt like that. All right. So I think these should be, I'm just going to make sure my trees are looking pretty lined up. I think they seem okay. Right. So you're just wanting to connect everything and make sure nothing is touching. Make sure these little pieces are not touching the other ones. We want to make sure everything's pretty flat. And so now what we're going to do is we are going to get our sweatshirt. And I know our sweatshirt, hopefully, and I'm going to move this out of our way because I don't think we need our little keypad anymore. I know when I put my sweatshirt, it kind of blows out a little bit. So hopefully with the colors here, it's going to let us see everything. Okay. Again, it will let me know. If so, I can bring my lighting down. All right. So here we go. So we're going to go ahead and get our t-shirt up here. Let me make sure once I bring this color, it won't blow it out. I don't think so. Okay. I think we're good there. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is I'm going to figure out my placement, which, you know, come 2 to 3 fingers down. I'm going to do 2 on this one. And to find that center, if you're struggling, you guys know the center of our neck tag. And I almost feel like I may bring it back. Is it better? Okay, I think I almost want to bring it back just a smidge. There we go. Just to help it just a little bit. Okay, so you can actually fold this guy in half, right? So if you guys are new to creating your t-shirts, get a little crease up there at the top and then come down. That way you know that is centered. All right. Now, since I'm not doing this, normally what I would actually recommend is to go over to the heat press, open it up and start over there, right? But because I am having, like, so you guys can actually see this, I'm going to get it taped down here and then we're going to take it over there. So I would normally get it on there, do my press, which I've already done beforehand, and then I would go ahead and get this over there. But like I said, since I'm showing you guys, this is how we're going to do it. So I'm going to drop y'all back down. I've got my green underneath, so it's going to press at the same time. We're going to start to tape this guy down. We're going to take our handy dandy tape dispenser. So if you guys are looking for Christmas gifts this year, get it, you know, ask for a tape dispenser. Maybe ask for some materials, some designs, you know, some tell them you need some plus credits going on. You need some stuff, right? Anybody asking for any Cricuts this year? Anybody asking for sublimation printers? I want to know what what is on your wish list this Christmas? All right, so I've got this centered in this, and I'm going to tape it down, right? So I don't want it to move on me. So I'm going to go ahead and tape it down just a little bit. And now with Puff HTV, we're also going to be peeling it hot. I'm trying to just get a little line here. I'm just trying to make sure that it's not going to move on me. And I think that's probably going to be good enough. I'll probably get one more over here. I'm like, just stay still. Just because I'm having to move it, I wouldn't normally do this, right? If I was putting this on my heat press, if I was actually doing this over on the heat press, I wouldn't be taping all this down. But because I'm having to move it, and then we're going to pray that it stays. It stays. All right, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and come over here. I may sound a little bit distant. I have it at 280 degrees. I have mine set at 10 seconds, and I have it at firm pressure. So here we go. We're going to come over here. Wing away. Carefully put it on. Perfect. And we're going to press. And obviously it's going to go fast because it's 10 seconds. But one thing as well is make sure that your neckline is out of the way and all of that stuff. So here we go. Oh my gosh, I can already tell it popped. All right, we're going to quickly come back over here. I'm going to quickly drop this down. Here we go. It's one of those fast things. Oh my gosh, I can see it puffed and it looks amazing. And everything puffed. Let me see if I can show y'all. All right. This is so stinking cool. Let's see if y'all can see this. Can y'all see that puff? So it puffed out probably maybe 1/4 of an inch. So it has puffed out. It looks so cool. It's like 3-dimensional. I don't know if you guys can pick this up or not, but it looks amazing. And those colors, good choice, guys, doing the multi. Oh my gosh. And everything puffed. So I'm going to bring it up here so hopefully y'all can see. How stinking cool is that? It looks amazing. I'm so pumped about it. So I think the multicolor came out so cool. And so if you guys are not picking this up, I always feel like I'm going Cricut here. If you guys are not picking this up, it probably puffed out about 1/4 of an inch or so. It is so cool. It is 3-dimensional. So what this is going to do, now we have this puffed out, it gives you a whole nother feel. So if you guys say, for example, if I was selling these in my shop, the price would go up because this is more of a luxury, if you will. So this would be a more of an expensive item, but this would be great to make for yourself for the holiday season. And I have always heard whenever you're working with puff, you want to work with designs like this, right? They just puff so much better than having something that's a big piece for a puff. I've always just heard that having it like this really, really puffs nicely, but it worked out amazing. So having that pressure, just make sure you have that more firm pressure. So always test your pressure before you get going. And that's what I did. You want to pull out that moisture as usual. Test that your pressure is good enough. 10 seconds, 280 degrees, and it came out amazing. You guys let me know down below. Are you guys absolutely loving this? What would you have done different? Do you think that you like it with the multi? I think it's so cool. I'm going to drop y'all down one more time, and then we're going to do Q&A, and then we'll get ready for that giveaway. Look at how cool that is. I'm hoping you guys can really see that. Let me make sure you guys can obviously see it in this direction. But I'm hoping you guys can really see that texture there. It is so cool. Yes, and everything looks so, so cool. I think everything just looks really, really good. So I have seen over the years different brands and stuff struggling with a puff, but this was good. It was a one hit. I've never used a Siser puff before. This was very first time, and it was a success. So yay, I love it, love it, love it. All right, so here we go. So let's go ahead and do Q&A. So you guys ready? Let's go ahead. I don't say this. Let's go ahead and get ready for Q&A. It's a Monday. We all knew it was going to go somewhere. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and see what questions we have here. If we've got any, let's see here. Does puff last with washing? The puff that I have done, we've done some shirts using puff, like I said, different brands and stuff. It has been fine for me. And like the question had asked before, I'm not one that pays attention to my washing. I put it through the washer and wash it, and mine has just been completely fine. But I don't know if you're really supposed to do that, because honestly, if they're saying with the pressing, so it may be that you need to, hang dry or whatever. So definitely make sure you read your instructions per one that you use. But honestly, I've had mine withhold perfectly fine. Let's see here. Do we have any other questions? Remind me the Sawgrass printer you use. So the one I use is the Sawgrass SG500. I also own the 1000, but honestly, 90% of the time I'm using that Sawgrass SG500. You could really get away with a lot of projects using the SG500. And right now, guys, they're on sale too. So this is the time. This is where I tell you guys, this is the time to stock up on those crafting materials. People ask me all the time, when do you, like the Cricut mats and all of that, this is the time. So when these sales start happening, I'll buy 10 mats and have them in my craft room and stuff. When I can get the best bang for my buck, that's whenever I like to shop. So this is the same thing with design bundles. Take advantage of that ultimate dollar event and get all of those designs that you can. All right, let's see here. Is the flock and puff the same? No, but that was a very good question. So the flock is going to feel like velvet. So that's another luxury item. They also have brick as well, which feels like it's like a very thick rubber, if you will, which is perfect for hats. It's amazing, especially using designs like this as well. But no, puff it has texture to it. And it's just puffed out. So, okay, you know how popcorn, this is how we're going to explain this. I think this is going to be best. So, popcorn, right? And then once you pop it in the popcorn, it pops out like a piece of popcorn. That's this. This is popcorn. It works the same way. And now it's puffed out like popcorn. It is so stinking cool. Let's see here. And remember, this is a hot pot, which you've seen, it pretty much came off on its own. How does it hold up in the washer? We will definitely test this out. So y'all definitely stay tuned. Y'all know I do wash tests and stuff too. So we will do a wash test on this, and I will bring it back to a live. So please make sure you guys hit those notification bells down below and subscribe, because I will bring this back to a live here pretty quickly to do an update. Why are you taping it down? Is your mat? No, the reason why, yes, this is a brand new mat. Okay, so this is a brand new mat, fresh off the plate, if you will. Even my purple one is not new. I don't think you guys can see it here. Bring it in. My purple one is not new, so I didn't want to use that because I already knew. Over the years, I already know. Even when it comes to Siser glitter and stuff, those are really hard to stick. So you need to tape it down. Even if you use your blue mat, it's just not going to stick as much, but the tape really just keep it in place. So I've seen where people take a brayer, like the Cricut brayer, and rub it in there, and that works for them. But for me, honestly, just use a piece of tape. You can even use... like I said, painter's tape, but you can even use like what the tape we use to wrap our Christmas presents. But yeah, just a little bit of tape, and I promise you it's going to be good to go. I heard the Puff HTV feels more similar to screen print ink than regular. 100% true. That's exactly. If you want to know what this feels like, it feels like screen print. And it feels like a very thick screen print. So I'm trying to explain, because you can even go purchase shirts like this in the store, honestly, that has a puff on it. And puff is a luxury item. Like I said, your prices will really go up. But 100%, that's what it feels like. If you want to know screen print, but thicker. So take some screen print, but add some puff to it. I love this so much. I'm going home and I'm putting this on. I swear. Let's see. Can you place one color on top of the other? So no, you cannot layer puff. You cannot layer puff on top. And then the other thing I want to tell you too is, say for example, that I was going to do the black with regular HTV, Siser EasyWeed, and I was only puffing the present. Let's just say I was only puffing the present. I would save the present for last, because you can only press it once. If I went to press it again, your puff will go away. So you'll ruin that puff. So make sure when you layer those, say if I had glitter HTV, whatever it was, I did everything first and the puff the very last. But keep in mind too is the texture differences, because you may not have that pressure you need. Say if I'm using something like flock or glitter and I need it to be closer to that puff when I press. So keep that in mind, firm pressure. Let's see here. I heard that Puff HTV feels more similar to, yes, that one I think we've got, and that is 100% true. See here. What's happened to the pink sewing machine? Yes, so that's what it's actually right. It's in my floor. So I took it down because whenever I go to swing, um, it bumps into it. So I honestly just said it. She's just right here. I promise you. She's with us forever. The one guy, I feel sad because once the holidays are over, our snowman's gonna go away. So I'm gonna need recommendations. We're gonna put our pillow back that normally is there, but what else can we do? I need to know, what can we bring in here? Let's see here. What is the heat press? So the heat press that I use is the Stalls A to Z. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites. And I have actually became a huge fan of the swing away, which means it goes like this, right? And you can do so many things. But keep in mind, because say, for example, with a clamshell, if I was going to be doing, say, the glass cutting boards, sometimes you struggle with that stuff because once you clam, you're not getting that pressure the same as you would with a swing away. And I just love it. It's a great beginner one to get into, and you're going to use it forever. And Stalls is a great brand in the industry. Let's see here. Are there a lot of colors of puff? Yes. I can't remember the number. I want to say 20 something colors. They have gorgeous pinks and blues, and they have so many different colors. You could go over to Siser North America, their website, and you'll be able to see all those colors. I did link you guys down below to 143 because that's where I purchased it from. But if you go to Siser, you don't purchase from there because they have you purchase from their distributors. But from there, you're going to find cut settings. If you have a silhouette, it's going to tell you how to cut it. It's going to tell you your heat settings on all of those things. Do you need to wait 24 hours? Yes, I'm glad you said that. You do need to wait 24 hours before you wash it. And then it does say over on the website, but I didn't pay attention to whether you should inside it out or hang dry. So you may want to head over to Siser North America and check that out. Can you use the Cricut hand press? So the thing about the Cricut press, I have seen people do it with a puff, and I've honestly done it, but you will struggle because you need that pressure. So if you do it, make sure you really press down the whole time and give your whole body. So like if I was going to do it, I would have it and I would give my entire weight on it, and don't move, because that way it keeps it even, because it may puff half of it, not puff the other side. So you do run some risks, but do some tests, get a scrap t-shirt and do some tests and see if it'll be successful for you. Can you use 100% cotton? Yes, you can use cotton. You can use polyester and poly blends. Let's see here. Let's see. Could you use sublimation on Puff HTV? I honestly have not tried that, but the only problem that would arise is I don't really know how you would do that, because you can only puff it once. So say, for example, you would have to lay down your materials without the top piece, press your sublimation at the same time. So honestly, I don't think it would be a success. But it's a good question. I love testing everything sublimation. So I struggle with testing out the pressure of the heat press. What is the best way to test it out? The way that you just kind of get that feel. So it's really hard to explain. But with this one too, that's where, to me, I don't know why, but I can honestly feel. So when I gotta push this, you can see how much more I struggle. So if I just need, let me back it up. I'm gonna show y'all really quick. I backed it up. See this? See how I could one finger, right? That is like light pressure. So if I bring it up and I have to give a little bit more force to it, that's medium. And if I bring it up and I'm really having to push down, that's firm. So that's one way to do it as well, is if I'm being able to press it with one finger, like some people show, that is not medium pressure. That's light pressure. But if you have to give a little bit, that's medium. And then, like I said, really pushing some force into it is firm. So that's the way to figure that one out. Let's see here. Have you used any HTV that changes color in the sun? I don't think I've done the HTV. I've done the adhesive vinyl, but I have not tried but I want to say we have some, because brands send me stuff all of the time, and I want to say we have some, and I need to get that out. If not, I will purchase some, and I will do it very soon, Jessica. Let's see here. Do you think it would hold up? Yes, baby bib, perfect. That would be so cute. And I know people do them on hats, so you could use your Cricut hat press, but like I said, really give that pressure. If you have a hat press, it's going to be even better. But there's several different things that you guys can put it on, so that's a good one. How thin of a line will work? I honestly think this is probably as thin as you really want to go. We could definitely put it to the test as well, but you can see, like I said, something like this really, really works. You're going to get a puff, but I think something probably about this is going to be best. Let's see. Does it break when you stretch it out? I'm not sure. I don't want to ruin this one right off the bat, but let's just see if it's got some stretch to the trees. I mean, it seems to be. I'm going to show y'all really quick. So just stretching it, and it seems to be okay. Now, I will say with something like, I will say just like screen print, right? Screen print is one of those ones that will crack and break over time. And I imagine Puff is the same. So we have not, I don't think with ours, which a puff is not one that we just wear all over the time compared to our regular Easy Weed stuff. But I don't think any of the ones that we've had personally, but I would see it over time being a crack, because that's why we say like sublimation or regular HTV is like best. Like screen printing will have that crack. You guys know how that is. So I would say something like this probably over time would have some cracking going on to it. But you guys see, I'm definitely giving it some tug, and it seems okay so far. Let's see. If you are doing puff and regular HTV, press vinyl, then puff. Yes, 100%. So if you're doing regular HTV and then puff, press your regular first and then do your puff. Save that puff absolutely last, and do not layer on top of that puff. Let's see here. Are there any previews for the Ultimate Dollar event? I do not. Let's see. I think, let me see if I can. What up? I think I got us hooking me up with some previews. Let me double check really quick. I'm going to do stop screen share and try to switch. Let's look. Give me just a second to share my screen. Let's see. Window. Trying to figure out. I should have opened that separate. Okay. Let me see. I think I've got it pulled up. Perfect. I won't be able to see you guys at the same time. Here we go. So with the dollar event, I think you guys can see everything, right? I think you guys can, right? Yep. I think you guys can see everything. I'm going to go and make this bigger. All right, perfect. So with this one, and actually, let me do this. Let me do this just a second. Double check. I think you guys can see everything good. Perfect. All right, here we go. So with this, here is our preview. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll through here. So I guess we've got it going on. You guys can see it says 3 days, 12 hours, 6 minutes left. We have got it going on. So inside of here, $1. Look at this. 700 designs. I'm going to start zooming us in. This is the first time I'm getting a peek at this as well. So I know a few things that's going on, but this is the first time so I'm looking at it at the same time as you. Mommy and me. These are so cute. These are perfect for creating those t-shirts, not only for yourself, but to sell. Christmas bundle, 40 designs for $1. We've got some Valentine's stuff going on here. Sunflowers. We've got a kitchen bundle. Oh gosh, you guys already know I love the door wreaths. 50 SVGs for $1. 50 signs. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Even that hello. That's not even like, you can use that any time of the year. All right. So we've got the SVGs. We've got more designs. Let's see. View more designs. Let's see if it's going to let me see anymore. 20 Christmas sign bundle. We've got dogs. We have, oh my gosh, guys, there is so much stuff in here. Halloween, so you guys can stock up, because this is a good time to stock up for all year long. So you have all of your designs ready to go. T-shirt quotes. We've got, I really love the monogram stuff as well that we're seeing here. Mother's Day is obviously going to be coming around the corner. Oh, look at all this plaid stuff. Huge Christmas 80 hand letter quotes for $1. Everything's $1 here, guys. 158 sublimation designs for $1. I can see all kinds of stuff in there. It looks like we've got the 4th of July. Looks like we got breast cancer awareness stuff. Oh my gosh, it's loaded. And look at this. There's so many pages. Oh my gosh. I'm going to try to go through here. So y'all guys just bear with me. Y'all guys can always watch this on the replay and pause. So if y'all guys want to see this, but I think this is the site. So I think everybody has access to this right now. I'm going to double check and make sure. All right, so let's see here. Oh my gosh, huge sublimation designs. I'm over here just soaking this in at the same time. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Keychains. You guys know we love some keychains. Everything is $1. So this is the time you guys need to be telling everybody that you guys need some credits. You guys can up, I believe, to get that money into your little deal too. I know there's a whole thing on that. Apparently we are trouble when we are together. Who knew? Those are so stinking cute. More Christmas stuff, but even outside of Christmas, like the keychain stuff, just all kinds of different designs. We got Tumblr stuff going on here. recipe stuff. Oh my gosh. Y'all guys definitely make sure y'all head on over and check all of these out. There's so many good ones. I know you guys are like, Crystal, I am just, like I said, I'm soaking it all in right now. And now, like I said, make sure you guys tune in with us Friday because we're going to be making some projects out of these. And we're also going to be going live a few more times the next week as well. Special guest as well. We do have a special guest coming. So I'm really excited about that. The water bottles are always my favorite. Oh my goodness. I want everything. Who's going to be crafting, obviously, after this next week? Everybody. Da, da, da. Oh, gosh, these are so cute. Oh, I love the colors of these. Santa's favorites. Oh, my. There we go. Perfect. So, oh my gosh. Yes, thank you so much again for sending us that link so we could check it out. You guys let me know. What do you guys think of everything? Are you guys so excited about the designs? There's so many. And you've seen, what were we on page 8? And it was still going. I didn't want to take you guys' time too much longer, but wow. All right, so let's go ahead and get ready for the giveaway. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and get ready to pick a winner. And this is going to be for this entire t-shirt bundle that we were using today. So let's go ahead and hit that draw button. Good luck to everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here with us and crafting. Let me know if you guys are going to try the Siser Puff HTV or if you've already tried it. I definitely want to know. Dun, 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 dun. Congratulations, TJH. Thank you so much for watching us over here on YouTube. You have just won the entire t-shirt bundle, which is almost $218 in value. All you have to do is reach out to mel@designbundles.net. Let them know that you are the lucky winner so you can claim your prize, and they'll add that as soon as possible. All right, so just to recap, we did the Siser Puff HTV. It was a success. I will put it through the wash. We will do a whole test on this. I'll even put it through the dryer to make sure if it's recommended. I'll go through, make sure I double check all of those. So just to recap too, don't forget, we will be back here Friday. We are going to kick off the Ultimate Dollar event. You guys do not want to miss this event. 500 copies of each. That's it. Once those are gone, it's gone. You can't purchase that one no more. If you are a Plus member, you do have unlimited access to that, so take your time. But like I said, it will be from November 25th through November 30th. I cannot wait. I am so pumped for it. And then also we will be live next week a few times as well throughout the event with a special guest too. So I cannot wait. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving because I know I won't see you guys until afterwards. Be super safe for that Black Friday shopping, and I'll see you guys Friday. Bye for now.